Hi, boys and girls. This is Ms. Kathy. I'm so happy you've joined me today for another story just for you. Chicken. The flood is coming. You must come into the ark to be safe. A man in a long gray beard sat in front of the ark and preached to the rowdy crowd in front of him. You must be crazy, someone in the crowd said. No one believes in floods. Come on and join our party. Another person in the crowd spoke. Mrs. Shoe, do you think they really called Noah names like that? The shoebox kids were studying the story of Noah. Willie sat in front of a big sign that said, Ark. With a long gray beard hanging from his chin, he looked like Noah. Yes, I think they did, Dee Dee, Mrs. Shoe answered. They did everything they could to make him give up on following God. It would have been hard to keep preaching if everyone was making fun of you, Chris said. Willie pulled the beard down. If he asked God to help him, I'm sure it was easy. After all, he was a real follower of God. He was building the ark. I'm not sure it was easy, Mrs. Shoe said, but Noah did preach and his family was saved in the ark. I think it would be pretty easy, Willie said to himself. After all, Noah knew he was doing the right thing. The next week, Willie finished his lunch early and rolled into the school store. It was crowded, so Willie waited his turn with 3 other kids from his class. Hi, Charles, Willie said. What are you here for? Charles held up a candy bar. We're getting dessert. You too? No, I have to get some paper. Mom decided it was easier just to give me the money to buy it here. While Willie talked, he noticed that Avery and John were whispering to each other and poking Charles. It would be nice to hang around with these guys and have things to whisper about, he thought. May I help you? Willie looked up and smiled at the store clerk. Yes, Mrs. Myers, I need a package of paper. Which size? She asked. While Mrs. Myers turned around to show him the different packages of papers, Willie heard more whispering from behind him. Soon he had his paper and headed down the hall towards his classroom. Hey, Willie, wait up. Willie stopped and waited for Charles and his friends. Here, we got a candy bar for you while we were at it. Thanks, Willie said. He was really surprised. Maybe Charles wants to be friends too. Are you going by the school store tomorrow? Charles asked as they went on toward the classroom. Willie shrugged. I don't know. I don't think I need anything else. Why don't you get some pencils or something? Charles suggested. We'll meet you there again. As he went to his desk, Willie was smiling. I could hang around with them every day after lunch. That would be fun. The next day, Willie joined his friends at the store. I need pencils today, Mrs. Myers, he said cheerfully. This time, he waited at the door while Charles paid for his candy bar. Great, Charles said as the group headed down the hall. Another good dessert day. Willie watched in surprise as all 3 boys pulled out candy bars and ripped open the wrappers. Hey, where did you get? Oh, you must have brought them from home, Willie said. Charles pulled out another candy bar and tossed it to Willie. No, he said, we got them from the store. Willie stopped. But I saw you pay for 1 candy bar, and you have 4. Avery and John snickered. Charles rolled his eyes. We only paid for 1. The others we stuck in our pockets while Mrs. Meyer was helping you. That's why we got 1 for you, because you helped. Willie's mouth fell open. But that's stealing! All 3 of them laughed out loud. Not really, Charles said. This is our school, so those candy bars belong to us. Don't you agree? Willie gulped. Well, You're not a chicken, are you? John asked. Are you afraid of getting caught? No, You're not a goody-goody, are you? Avery snorted. Someone who thinks they never do anything wrong and thinks they're better than everyone else? Willie stammered. No. Good, Charles said. See you at lunch tomorrow. Willie just sat there in the hall for a minute. He stared at the candy bar in his hands. But I don't want to steal. I know that's not right. Why didn't I tell them that? Suddenly, he remembered the story of Noah. I guess I was wrong. I thought it would be easy to do what's right. The next day, Willie's prayer before he ate took longer than usual. God, he said silently, help me be honest and truthful no matter what Charles and those guys say. Help me be as faithful as Noah. Oh, and thank you for the food. Amen. Charles and his friends were waiting outside the lunchroom door. Well, are you ready to go shopping? Charles asked. Willie shook his head. No, I'm not doing that again. You really are a chicken, John said. No, Willie answered, but I am a Christian, and I know it's wrong to steal. A Christian? Avery threw up his hands. So you think you're some kind of holy guy? You think you're better than us? No, Willie tried to explain. Are you coming with us or not? Charles asked. Willie took a deep breath and shook his head again. No, in fact, I'm going in there to pay Mrs. Myers for the 2 candy bars you gave me. Charles leaned close to Willie's face. You'd better not tell how you got them. Don't worry, Willie said. That's your problem. I'm just doing what I know is right. Come on, guys, let's get out of here. Charles led his friends away. Willie rolled toward the store. He didn't have any friends to hang around with that day, but he felt a lot happier. He even started to whistle.
The story you have heard today is from the Shoebox Kids Bible Stories, written by Jerry D. Thomas and used with permission from the Pacific Press Publishing Association. If you're interested in any other books published by the Seventh-day Adventist Church, please visit AdventistBookCenter.com or call 1-800-765-6955.
This podcast is a production of the Carolina Conference of the Seventh-day Adventist Church.